What is it, Reynolds? Blast and damn it all to the seven hells! Still? She still refuses to eat? And you've tried slathering honey on it? Asking her sweetly? Talking to her sternly? Leaving the plate with her? Still untouched. That feather-brained, fool-hearted little princess! I ought to lash her shiny golden hide until she's crimson! What? Of course I won't really hit her, you pudding head! How long have you been under my care? Yes, and when, pray tell, have I ever struck the merchandise? Shut your gob, you imbecile. That was a rhetorical question. She's been a laughingstock of a display at every ramshackle village we've stopped at, and we'll be lucky to break even at this point. How in the hells are bleeding wounds supposed to improve our situation? You've gone soft-hearted on me. That's what this is. You've gone and fallen in love with our golden goose, haven't you? You all bloody have. I should have known that bringing in a female amongst you lot would be nothing but trouble. Gods damn us all, but that feathered female will be the actual death of me. Where do you damn well think I'm going? I'm going to sort our dove to rights again, before we go back to our benevolent benefactress without her precious percentage, thus sealing our miserable fates permanently. And here she is, ladies and gentlemen, our main attraction. A distressed lump of feathers piled so entertainingly in the corner. Damn. She really hasn't moved an inch in days. It must be, what, a week and a half without food now? There's no way to know what her body can actually take. There's so little of substance written about Seraphim, but still, she looks terrible. And my gut says she doesn't have much longer if she keeps this up. And I can't lose her. Not again. My shriveled little heart couldn't take it, even if she's not really Molly. So, time to play the villain again, my lad. Because I'm almost certain the only way to get her to eat is to use her nature against her. Whatever it takes. You know, Dove, you have at least 24 extremely comfortable and very expensive pillows in here. You'd think to see fit to use at least one of the blasted things. But no. Punish myself to punish Cardlin is the name of the game these days, isn't it? And what about the rest of the lads, Who do you think actually went to the trouble of purchasing all of these fine pillows? Preparing your food? Fussing over you ceaselessly? You don't think I'd actually trouble myself over these trivial things, now do you? And do you hate the poor fellows so much that you'd let all their hard work go to waste? Oh, there she is. Nice to see you deigning to raise your head for once, lass. I think your neck was broken for all you've used it this last week. Now that's a look. I do love to see some fire in those charming eyes again. And now that I have your attention, let's talk about this lovely plate of goodies I see before me. What do we have here? Berries? Ooh, and cream, too. And is that... No, it can't be real honey. Well, I'll be... Lucky must have been climbing the trees and braving the bees again, hasn't he? Well, now, true bravery mustn't go unrewarded, so let's do him the courtesy of at least trying it, shall we? Oh, come on! Just one bite! For the lads! Fine! Have it your way, you thoughtless princess! Doom us all with your little display of protest. That's right. Demonstrate how wrong it all is, how unfair. But allow me to make one thing perfectly clear. Just because you're the one behind bars doesn't mean any of us are free. Not a single fucking one. And to prove it, I'm going to have to do the one thing I swore I'd never do. You are forcing me to turn my hand against the ones that have come to me for their protection. We're just the bloody sideshow, you know. We're all freaks in this merry band of ours. The twisted and the deformed, the tricksters and the darkly talented. And a lot of them rely on me, a 2-bit magician with barely more than a spark of talent and the only God's damned thing standing between them and the woman that would enslave them for the rest of their miserable lives. We haven't gotten back to her territory yet, so you've only seen the rambling backcountry circuit we get to work on our own when we're out on a hunt. You have no idea what's in store for us when we get to the degenerate hellscape that bitch calls a circus. These lads, my lads, are treated lower than vermin most of the time. We'd simply be an immobile freak show without any agency at all if it weren't for our growing collection of magical creatures. We're the fleas on vermin when we're with the main circus. The contortionists, the prize fighters, the roustabouts, hell, even the blasted clowns turn their noses up and stomp their boots down at us. And our mistress of madness, the mysterious Mab her fucking self, rules them all with an iron fist. And the same goes for my little troop of freaks. Only our fist has bloody spikes on it. Mab breeds cruelty among her men. And men we all are. She never lets a female amongst her minions, lest they tarnish her shine in comparison. You are the one exception we've ever been allowed. And only because you're so rare a find. Do you have any idea what that life is like? Always being kicked in the dirt like a dog, and not even the remote chance of finding happiness in a life mate. Sure, some of the lads wouldn't be interested in female company anyhow, but they don't dare reveal themselves, lest her jealousy cause her to strike them down just for not desiring her first amongst all others. So, trust me when I tell you, Dove, that when we're in this circus, every minute is borrowed, and every second is misery, and I'll be damned if I let our one chance at freedom starve herself to death in front of me. You leave me no choice, lass. Starting tomorrow at sunrise, every meal that you skip, someone gets the whip. Oh, no need to flinch, my dear. It won't be you. It's not your hide at stake, after all. It's theirs. And to prove it to you, every day that you refuse to eat will see one of them staked to a pole right in front of your gilded cage, getting their hide tanned bloody until you finally understand that by killing yourself, you are killing them. I know that you care for them. Do you think that I haven't been watching you? I may be a lousy mage, but I have enough power to keep an eye on my income. And I've seen you, lass. You refuse to eat, but you meet their eyes. You try to reassure them as best as you can. Hell, you held Fergus's hand for half the night when he had that screaming nightmare. Can you guess of whom he dreamt? Do you know how often he suffers from night terrors? It's because of her. And you're our only chance at being free of her forever. Healthy, and with a bit of life in you, you're practically priceless. Mab may take her percentage, but our troupe still keeps our own percentage of any profits from our sideshow. My own personal sacrifices have seen to that. So, the more cooperative you are, my sweet and lovely dove, the more profits we make. And the more profits we make, the closer we are to paying off the outrageous debts Mab uses to bind us to her. So the question is, Dove, how much do you care? You cry openly at their pain. Are you willing to sacrifice yourself to alleviate it? You'll notice I've made no promises about granting your freedom once we're free of Mab's clutches. I'm nothing if not a realist. I don't know what we'll need once we're free, and what it'll take to keep that freedom. I've sacrificed you once, and I'll do it over and over again to ensure their freedom. And you know what? I think you'll do the same. So, make your choice, my dear. Think your thoughts and take the night to mull it over. Breakfast comes tomorrow, and lunch, followed shortly by supper. 3 meals for 3 hides. For every untouched plate, my whip will do its own touching. You will be the deciding factor. 3 digested meals or 3 whipping posts waiting for you at sunset. Welcome to your new life, princess.